Hey folks, is Nate coming at you on, what is it today? It's Wednesday, April 6th. Also happens to be my mom's birthday today, so yay, happy birthday, Mom. Tonight is going to be part two of my configs of different sound font makers. And so tonight I finished up pairing all of my blade styles with my BlueForce sound fonts. So tonight I'm going to do my config that I've got for BlueForce Company. Now, because of space reasons, a lot of the blade styles that I've done for these particular sound fonts for BlueForce, a lot of these blade styles are have take up a lot of memory. So unfortunately, I can't fit all of the preset pairings that I have of BlueForce in here, so I had to leave out a couple of them. And so in doing that, I decided to leave out my two Palpatine themed sound fonts from BlueForce. So I've left out Return of the Sith and Exegol, but the other ones I did manage to fit in. And then, so one other caveat here is that is always I'll of course paste in the style codes for these, but in order to save some additional memory on the config, I actually truncated certain portions of these style codes in some areas, just to try and free up more memory. So, but I'm going to turn all of those sections back on so that the style codes are in their full. So if you take all of the style codes from Pastebin for this BlueForce config, just know that by default it will probably overflow on your Proffie config unless you take like one of the sound fonts out. So just as a caution. But I like all of these blade styles. Some of them are older than others, and I've sort of come back and done some modifications to them more recently to sort of spruce them up. Some of them I'm sure you all have seen before. As I go through sort of these categorizations of showing you my pairings of different sound fonts, I'm sure you're going to see blade styles that I've demoed before, but just sort of categorized in a different way. So anyway, let's get started. So BlueForce makes some really, I would say, more like sort of techno-ish sound fonts. They're really cool sounding. They do a lot of really neat sound blends. Not so much canon to Star Wars sound fonts, but not necessarily completely out of universe either. So a lot of cool stuff. And then they also do some more canon styled sound fonts like Exegol and Return of the Sith. So they do a nice variety. And they use a lot of really nice aggressive sound mixing on their fonts. I find their fonts very very mechanical sounding. They're very aggressive sounding. They're very action packed sort of. So anyway, I dig them. So this first one is Cyber Assassin, and this is an orange red hyper responsive blade style. So this sits as a standard audio flicker on the resting blade, and then it has an unstable shimmer when you swing, and it's very, very sensitive. So moving it just a little bit, you'll start to see that unstable. Then when you do the full swing, And then next one is Cyberblade.
Cyberblade.
And this is another hyper responsive unstable, and this one is, I think, in pink. And so that one's a cool one. I like that one a lot. And next one is Dark Space.
Dark Space.
And this is a blue unstable blade. This is more of a basic unstable blade. And then next one, this one's a fun one. So this is a newer blade style that I did specifically for this font. Yeah, anyway, you'll like it. It's a bit obnoxious.
Electro Blade.
So this is a purple unstable, and it's got two different sparks going. It's got gray sparks and yellow sparks. And it's got a strobe. And then it's got a lightning hilt summon, and then when you fire it, it actually will produce more sparks. And then I also sort of went to town on this one and just started using all kinds of different colors. So I'm using like orange reds and reds for the blasts. I'm using like bright yellows on the lockup, and then I'm using sort of darker yellows and silver on the rain sparks, and white on the hilt summon lightning. And then the base blade is sort of a pale purple. This blade style is a lot of fun. It's also very bright. Well, I should say it's bright in comparison to most purple blades, because purple is typically a darker color on the RGB scale. Yeah, so I encourage people to check that one out. Have fun with it. That's a fun one.
Ignition.
A lot of people know this one just because of its faulty preon. So this is always a fun one, and this is a red unstable blade with a faulty ignition. Using localized random clashes. And blast waves. So you see what I mean about BlueForce's theme. A lot of their sound fonts are very sort of, I don't want to say violent, aggressive sounding. Even the ones that you might use light side are also very aggressive sound fonts. So I like that sound theme that they use. Sort of very space age, techno aggression. This next one is Legion. This one is one I use for my Lord of the Rings config. So this is a Nazgul font, inspired font. And then the blade style that I use for this one is FET263's original Eye of Sauron blade style, except I put my own custom Eye of Sauron lockup on here and my own custom stab. And then it's got a fast, bright ignition. Whoop, wrong one. Sorry, that was ignition again. Let me change it up.
Legion.
So it's running like a 150 on the ignition. So it does it really fast and really bright. Comes into FET's original Eye of Sauron blade style, which is basically like an orange, yellow, unstable flame blade. And this is my lockup. And this is my stab. Sort of meant to sort of mimic the Morgul blade. So this is a really good generic fast pulse flame blade from FET's library. I encourage a lot of you folks that want to get a hold of like Just a really nice bright flame blade. That, you know, where you don't necessarily want the real one that licks up, but you want one that stays the entire blade. Grab this original Eye of Sauron blade style and play around with this one. It's a good one from Fett's library. Anyway, that sound font, that Legion sound font, man, that's just great. Unfortunately, I can't play that one in the house as much as I can the others because it's got a lot of that high-pitched screaming, but it's totally appropriate because that's what the Nazgul did. Let's see, and the next one is Photon Blade.
Photon Blade.
And I have demoed this one before too. So this is my custom silver that... So that's a slow ignition. This comes into a custom silver, which is a really dim blade. And then I'm using very bright moccasin, Navajo white, and yellow effects. It's multicolor blasts. And it's yellow stab. And here's the force effect. Blade brightens. And it has an unstable stripe on the swing. It's a very, very small, like a small caliber stripe. And then you can hit the force effect again and turn it back off. And then it goes back to a dim silver blade. And I think that might be, oh no, there's, oh yeah, there's a couple more.
Proto Blade.
It's a Proto Blade, and this is a teal flame blade. It's a nice post-off sound they have there too.
Temple Guardian.
I demo this blade a lot. This is my bright yellow blade. This probably shows up in at least one blade style demo a month at the very least, probably more. I put this one on a lot of configs for people that send me their Proffies and want me to put custom blade styles. They request this one probably more than any other blade style. That's a good one. And that sound font, I really like that shimmering sound on that sound font. It's really unique.
Transfer blade.
So this is a very basic blue flame blade on this one. Or excuse me, not flame blade, but this is a what does this rest as? Yeah, this rests as an audio flicker with just a very basic unstable swing. And this one runs an emitter flare.
Wild space.
And then this is the last one in the config. This is Wild Space. Can't forget our greens. So this is a green unstable flame blade. With localized clashes. And I use a lot of purple and blue on the lightning block on this one. Just because I can. And it looks dope. So that's my BlueForce config. Again, another font maker whose fonts I enjoy immensely and use on the regular, and will for a long time to come. So thank you guys. I think is it Lord Nakan? Is that I think that's the guy that's one of the main guys behind BlueForce. Lord Nakan, I want to say. Anyway, the other thing I will say about their fonts packages specifically is that they do include blade styles in theirs that they do on their own. That are also very good. And so if you for any of you that have picked up their fonts, you'll know what I mean. But please feel free and grab my style codes for these if you like them. And I'll also leave a pastebin link to my style codes, and then I'll also leave a link to BlueForce's site for their sound fonts, and I encourage you all to check them out. All right, y'all, thank you for watching, and may the force be with you. And next week we will continue on with font maker number 3.